What is going on, Tube U? Welcome back. Today we are writing more vintage music. I think today is actually going to be a little bit slightly early 80s inspired. I've been listening to a lot of Barry Gibb demos recently. Yeah, if you don't know, the Bee Gees wrote a bunch of songs for like pop artists in the early 80s. And I've been listening to heaps of those demos on YouTube, and I'll leave a link in the description of a couple that I've found like super inspiring. So yeah, I think I'll write a quick tune, kind of taking inspiration from some of those things he uses, like a couple techniques I've picked up from watching those videos. I've got a bit of a drum loop here, so I'll play that. Yeah, groovy. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people kind of pigeonhole the Bee Gees as this like disco band, you know, but I'm kind of keen to explore the more kind of ballad, kind of nice, just songwriting, you know, like kind of more tender kind of vibes. So I'm going to try and do that. If you want to hear a more disco inspired tune, check out this one that I put out a couple years ago. Super disco-y, super Bee Gees kind of melody. So if you want to see some disco stuff, watch that. So the first thing that I kind of picked up from watching these videos of the demos is like melody choices. And I'll try to keep this as simple as possible and not get too nerdy. But say if we're in the key of like C, lots of the time Barry, he'll like sing the second note of the scale over that. So if we're in C, he'll like sing a D over it. La, you know, like that kind of thing. Da da da, da da da. So that's one cool thing I'm going to try and incorporate when I write this song. Okay, what's a cool key? I think I've been jamming in F quite a bit recently, so I might try it in F. And if we were to sing the second note, it'll be G. So, la, la da da. Let's try and riff around with that. La, la, la. That's a cool chord as well. He does that quite a lot. So it's the third chord in the scale. So if we're in F, it's that chord there, which would be a minor chord. He does that quite a lot. La da da, la da, la da da, la da. Then maybe down to another minor chord. Keep it kind of sad, melancholy. La da da. La da 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 da. Oh, you know it's right and it's wrong. Let it be known. La da do da. Maybe make it major this time. Oh, you'll be. That's cool. Some of the classic trick of Barry's is like just changing the key, you know? There's a cool Bee Gees song kind of pre-disco called Words, and that goes like up, like kind of changes key upwards, so I might try that. Oh, you'll be do, you know, that could be cool. La da da da, la da do, and then maybe to this chord. That could be quite cool. No, it's right or wrong, it's fine. Da da do, find myself alone. It's right, you're wrong. Let's go find a key, and then make that chord a minor chord as well. That's quite a classic Barry trick. Is when you're on the 4 chord, which is D in the key of A, just make it minor, and that gives it a super kind of old school Bee Gees sound, you know. For all of this to end, you know that you and I. Oh, it's quite buzzy. Then we can bring it back to F again. Oh, this chord. Oh, it's another classic Bee Gees chord, that one. It's like pretty much like an F, but you're playing like a G major over the top, which in this case is just all the open strings. Yeah. La da. Then go even higher maybe. La da. Yeah, that's quite cool. Make it major again. La da da. Yeah. That's quite a handful actually, but so that's kind of what the Bee Gees is. They do a lot of different chords, so I'm gonna run with that. Let's think of some words. It's always about love, you know, Bee Gees songs, so let's try and make it lovey-dovey, you know. She's got a lot of love, let it shine on me, or you'll be, yeah, alone in the dark, trying to start with an empty heart full of grief. Yeah, that's actually quite nice. You say that something is more than I could ever bring, so I find myself alone again. That's fine, you're right, I'm wrong for all of this to end. La da do da do. I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait for you. It goes do something buzzy there. Yeah, I like that. I'm actually super stoked with that. She's got a lot. Fuck, that's out of tune as. She's got a lot of love, let it shine on me, or you'll be alone in the dark, trying to start with an empty heart full of grief. You say that love is more than I could ever bring, so I find myself alone for another day. That's fine, you're right, I'm wrong. Ah, this part's tricky. La da dee da dee. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait for you. Let's figure out that little minor chord part. I've paid the price, yeah, for all of this to end. I'll have to wait. Yeah, let's track some guitar first. Dopamus. Yeah, I was actually hearing a couple of things there. I think when it goes to that minor chord, I might drop the drums out just for that. Find yourself alone another day. Yeah, then come back in there. And yeah, I'm gonna pan that off to the right a bit. Okay, sick. Let's have a quick little listen. Reverb. Yeah. Let it shine on me. I'll do my best Barry Gibb impression. Alone in the dark, trying to start with an empty heart full of grief. Yes, sir. Okay, that's too much. Intro. Let's think of an instrument to put like some kind of nostalgic thingy like to the side. I'll get rid of this now. I don't need it anymore. I actually think maybe like a buzzy sound on this Yamaha could do the trick. All right. I think this is the sound. This preset called pipe organ is so mean. I think some like cool like chord like thing. So sorry, that's a bad explanation, but like kind of like with a rhythm like da 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 da. Islands in the stream. Okay. That's quite cool. Da 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 da. Yeah. Then again, maybe. That's actually really good. I want to see if that actually works. Ah. Oh. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, so make a change up to here for that second one. And then maybe Yeah, over the E minor, that would work. Yeah. Fuck. Sail away with me. I can't get that out of my head now. Frick it, I was so close to getting that, and I'm just gonna loop it out because I'm frickin' lazy. Verse. Yeah, main. Alright, I reckon we double that with the Arp Selena. I've already got it loaded up because this is my like template set, and I always want to use it, so it's always there. One cool thing I've been doing recently with the Selena is putting a delay on it and just playing single notes so they just kind of ring out a bit. I'll show you what I mean. Let's just punch it in. I think I know the notes. That's the one. Cool, I'm actually really digging this. These two instruments together are sounding super nice. They're like blending really well. Just have a listen to how nostalgic it is. It's almost like the Yamaha's already panned to the left naturally. So it kind of works. Let's do a bass line. I think this bass needs no introduction now. It's obviously a Hofner. Ha, you thought. With a song like this, the bass isn't really the main instrument, you know, so I'm not going to do anything like flashy. That will do, donkey. All right, I think let's just do some like nice, lush kind of melodic Rhodes over the top. The Contact Rhodes is pretty nice. Wouldn't say it's as good as Keyscapes, but it's pretty solid. This patch here, Blue Ballad, is literally, I'm guessing, is modeled after the Bee Gees keys player, whose name was Blue Weaver. And it's kind of, this is the kind of tone they had on like How Deep Is Your Love? Know your eyes in the morning sun. I normally just put the amp sim on. That gives it like a kind of old school amp kind of sound. We boosted treble on the actual instrument. Oh, let's have the bass down. And maybe give it more treble boost. I love treble on the Rhodes. See how it gives it that, you kind of hear the tines? All right, let's just do some real simple stuff. And we'll copy paste that intro as like a little interlude, I reckon. Oh, but the chord might have to change on the first one. Yeah, it's just that first chord needs to be an E major instead of G major. Yeah, now punch in those Selena notes. Let's do some vocals. I can't be bothered doing any backing vocals, and I kind of suck at doing them. It would take me like so long to figure it all out. So I'm pretty happy with this. So let's just have a listen through. And yeah, if you enjoy the track, feel free to subscribe. It means a lot. I'm trying to grow this channel as much as I can. And yeah, drop a like. And yeah, stream my music. I'll leave it in the description. I put out an album last year of like kind of similar stuff, a bit more 80s influenced. Lots of synthesizers and stuff. But yeah, if you want to have a listen, it's in the description. Otherwise, enjoy.
Shine on me, or you'll be alone in the dark, trying to start with an empty heart full of grief. You say that love is more than I could ever bring, so I find myself alone for another day. That's fine. I'll wait, I'll wait, I'll wait for you.
Let's go. Catch you next week. Peace.